Hey guys, if you're watching this video, that means that my gym glute guide has finally launched with Athlete. I've been working on this guide for the past 3 months and I just wanted it to be perfect for you all, so I'm really sorry that it took so long for me to get it together, but I'm really excited for you guys to try it out. It's 8 weeks, it's $18, there's tons of workouts, there's videos to go along with it, and you can follow it all on the Athlete app. So if you didn't buy my at-home guide, then you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but I came out with a at-home glute guide, so I always have that linked down below. It's an 8-week guide and all you need are resistance bands. So that's great if you can't make it to a gym, if you don't have a gym membership, but you still want to work on growing your glutes. You can repeat that guide up to about 3 times before you'll need to start adding some more weight. So I definitely recommend checking that out if you don't have a gym available, but if you do, then this guide may be the one for you. It's only $2 more than the at-home one, so I tried to keep it a reasonable price. I'm also working on an upper body guide right now, so that will be the next one to be released, but it's going to be in the Athlete app. So when you go to the app store, you just type in Athlete. It's on Android and Apple, so you just go, you download it, you make an account, and when you go to buy the guide, you buy it using the email that you made your account with, and then it automatically uploads onto your app. So app looks like this. It's pretty basic. The interface is so easy to use. So when you first get it, it's going to look like this. All you have to do is hit start workout and then it will take you through the entire guide. So in order to keep this video short and sweet, I just wanted to break down the guide. You get 8 weeks of programming and there are 2 cycles. So the first cycle are the first 4 weeks. You're gonna have a bunch of exercises, and in the second cycle, the last 4 weeks, you're going to have a completely different set of exercises. I think I have a couple repeated for the ones that I really enjoy, but for the most part, you have 2 different sets of exercises for the first 4 weeks and the last 4 weeks. The reason why I did that is because when building muscle, your body can adapt very quickly. Everyone's a little different with how little or how long they need to be doing certain exercises. Most people fall in the range of about 3 weeks before they need to switch things up, so I thought we would do 4 so it works for everyone. So the goal is to basically master those exercises by the end of the 4 weeks so that you can move on to new exercises. So if you would like to repeat the guide, then you can easily do so because you've already done them before. You've got the activation correct, you've got the movement correct, you've got the form down, and you don't have to worry as much. So there are videos included with every single exercise, so you don't have to worry about being confused with the form. I literally had my brother help me film it so you guys get all of the angles, so hopefully that helps. If you do have any questions though, you guys can always DM me on Instagram or my Twitter at Lawenwoss, or you can message me on Snapchat. It's Lawenwoss, and I will definitely do my best to get back to you. So the program does follow progressive overload, and I've split the 4 weeks into a certain way of training every single week. So the first week, you're going to follow muscular conditioning, which is just getting your muscles used to the load, getting them used to the weight, getting them used to the movement, and just a nice way to master the exercises that first week so the next 3 weeks you aren't completely lost. So you're not going to be lifting super heavy, but you still want to be feeling it where you should be and getting a nice pump by the end of the workout. The second week is a high volume week, so your sets and your reps are going to increase, and this is going to be more of a pump based week. So I did throw in some pumpers. If you guys know Brett Contreras, he is the glute guy. He swears by pumpers. I included them in my at-home guide with the resistance bands, and I included them in this one. It's just a different way of putting stress on your muscles, so you're gonna use higher rep ranges for certain exercises. So I found that is something that really helps me, helps you get a nice pump. So I did also throw in a couple exercises for quads and hamstrings. I did this number 1 because I think that as someone who's building muscle, you should focus on all of your muscle groups. Yes, you may already have developed quads or hamstrings, but I didn't add so much to the point where it's going to completely take over. But I do think it is important to train your body equally because it will help you decrease the amount of muscle imbalances that you will create over time. And it doesn't sound like a huge deal, but I have some crazy glute imbalances now because of the way that I trained when I first started out, and it's very frustrating when doing certain movements, and it makes it a lot harder and it makes you more prone to injuries. So hopefully none of you will struggle with that. If you do already struggle with it, there are a lot of movements where you just use a single leg, or you just use one side of your body. So that's another way to help with imbalances if you may already have some. Week 3, you have a hypertrophy and strength week. So the entire guide is hypertrophy based. Your rep ranges are mainly between 8 and 12, besides the pump based workouts where you are going to be doing more reps just to, you know, get your blood flowing. And the reason for this is because that's the rep range that you really use to build muscle. If you're using less than that, it's usually strength. And if you're in between the 1 and 2 rep ranges, it is usually power. So the way that I've set this up is I have the majority of the rep ranges in the hypertrophy based range, but I do think strength is important, and if you're getting stronger, that means you're building more muscle, and if you are mixing the two, you can build better quality muscle that is optimal for daily training. So this week is really going to focus on adding more weight and taking what you learned and hopefully, you know, pushing yourself a little further that week. And then the 4th week is a deload, and after that you just go through and you literally just repeat it again, but with new exercises. And the last thing that is included with the guide is a nutritional guide. So a lot of you guys asked me if there was one included with the at-home guide, and there wasn't. And the reason why I didn't make one is because you're not using weight. So yes, it's still important to be in a surplus while doing that guide, but you could also be in a deficit. You're just using resistance bands, so it is a little bit different. So that may be for you, but if not, this guide is perfect for you, because the way that I structured it is you need to be in a surplus while doing this. You could be in a deficit if you want to, but if your goal is to build muscle, then naturally you need to be in a surplus. A lot of people are unsure how to do that. I have plenty of videos on it, but I wanted to just have like a base guideline for you guys to follow. So I created a mini ebook. So in the ebook, I kind of just typed up a couple things. So the first thing is the approach that you could take. I gave a couple options. You can either track macros, you can track calories, or you can just eat intuitively. And then I go on to how you should eat. So I stress that everyone is completely different when it comes to eating. This is not a meal plan. This is not something that you have to follow. I just give you some food ideas. A lot of people are like, what should I eat to gain weight? What should I eat to lose weight? People are very confused, and at the end of the day, it comes down to calories in versus calories out. What you're eating doesn't necessarily affect it as much as you think it does. Yes, if you're eating a lot of fatty food, maybe you'll gain a little more fat than if you were eating on the cleaner side, but at the end of the day, it's really how the food makes you feel that matters. So if the food makes you feel terrible, you're not gonna wanna work out, you're not gonna have as great of a workout, and your progress is going to naturally slow down because you will not have the motivation or even the ability to work out the way that you want to work out. So I've gone over that in the nutritional guide, so hopefully that's helpful for you guys, because a lot of people ask. So I just threw that in there because why not? And to wrap up this video, I just wanted to quickly go over when to add weight. So this is so easy. This is like 30 seconds. This is all you need. If you're doing 8 reps and that felt so easy, you need to add weight. My rule of thumb is that by the time you get to 7 or 8 reps, you should be struggling if you're trying to go for 10 or 12. And if you're trying to go for 8 reps, you should be struggling at about 5. So if you're not, add weight. And every single time you feel like it's too easy, add more weight. It's okay if your first set is lighter than your second set, because at the end of the day, you still overloaded your body with the weight that you did 15 seconds ago. So add weight when you think you need to add weight. If you don't know what weight to start out with, I always say start lower. If it feels really, really light, then add more weight. It's pretty simple. You don't need to stress over it. If you are really, really struggling and you just cannot figure it out, try and record yourself and send me the video on Snapchat or Instagram or something like that, and I'll let you know whether or not I think you need to add weight. but it's gonna come down to you and how you're feeling at the end of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I really hope you guys enjoyed the guide. If you've already bought it or you plan on buying it, let me know in the comments down below. You can get it at lawenwoss.com. All you have to do is download the Athlete app, make an account, then you're gonna go onto my website, buy it with the email that you created, and then it will automatically be downloaded onto the Athlete app. If you have any issues, email team@athlete.com and they will definitely help you with whatever it is that you're struggling with. So I will also put those instructions in the description box. If you guys have any questions about anything at all, leave it in the comments. I'm gonna try my best to respond to every comment on this video. I wanna thank you guys so much for buying the at-home version. I was so shocked with how many people bought it. If you are running it or you're almost done with it, let me know how it's going in the comments or DM me on Instagram. Be sure to take progress photos the day that you buy the guide, because I want to post some of your end results on my Instagram if you give me permission. So that's gonna be it for me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.